Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a GFX tutorial on Blender 2.79 and Roblox Studio, and today we're going to be doing a really simple GFX without a model. And if you guys would like to see a future GFX tutorial on how to make it with model and more advanced details, then do leave it in the comments and I'll definitely take it into consideration. So today's GFX is just going to be really simple and we're going to be learning the basics, and if you guys want to see more of this kind of content, please do leave a like, and yeah, let's get into the video. So once you've opened up Roblox Studio, what you want to do is click on Base Plate, which is where we're going to be loading our avatars and all of our models. And Roblox Studio should come automatically with your Roblox when you download it onto your PC. So right now, you probably won't see anything on your screen just like what I'm seeing right now, and what we're going to be doing is loading out a couple of things to just help us when we're going to be editing this stuff. So the first thing you want to do is go under Home and this thing called Toolbox and click on that. Now this is where you're going to access all of our models and stuff. Then you want to go under View and then go and see Explorer. So basically what Explorer is showing you all the stuff that is underneath your character and all the avatars that you load out. So yeah, it'll definitely help you. So what you want to do right now is go under Models and click Plugins. Basically we're going to be loading out all characters or whatever avatars you're using this plugin called Load Character. So I've already got it downloaded because I've used it before. But what you want to do is go ahead and search Load Character so that you can go ahead and download it. So once you search that out, it'll probably come up with two. One of them is free and one of them that costs Robux. So personally, I feel that you don't really need the one with Robux, so you could just get the free one. But if you want, you can go ahead and of course get the one that costs Robux. So what you want to do is download that and it should pop out under plugins. So once you downloaded that, you just gotta click it and make sure that spawn and origin is checked so that it doesn't like fly all over the place. And you want to change the name to whatever avatar you're using or your Roblox username. And then what you want to do is click spawn R6, not R15, so that it doesn't have your animations and it doesn't really mess it up. Right, so now that we've got our avatars loaded out, we're going to be exporting it so that later when we are in Blender, we can just import it. Normally I would be changing the clothes or the face or any accessories in this point in time, but since today we're doing a simple GFX, I won't be, but maybe in a future video I'll teach you guys how to do that. So what you want to do right now is right click your username, go all the way to the bottom and left click export selection. So you can make it whatever name you like to make it. I'll just write mine as milkshakes, and you can choose where to export it. You can make it in downloads or desktop and click save. Alright, so once you've opened up Blender 2.79, this is probably what you're seeing right now. And don't worry, there are a lot of controls, but you get the hang of it. So in order to get off the screen, all you have to do is left click anywhere, and yeah. So in order to move, you're going to hold Shift and F at the same time, and you use WASD to go forward and backwards. Alright, so now we're going to be controlling this cube or the object or whatever you're doing. So there are three things at the bottom. The first one is the arrow, the second one is the curve, and the last one is just the line of the square. So the arrow moves it up and down and side to side and back and forth, and basically you can move the position of the object or whatever you're doing, and this is just an example. Alright, so the second control over here is this curve. Basically you can turn it around and yeah, you can do it in many different directions and it looks really cool. The last control is to change the size or shape of this object. So basically you can move it up and down, back and forth, and side to side. So yeah, there are many things you can do, but you'll rarely use it in your GFXs because we don't really change the size. So at the top there's this thing that says Blender Render, and you just want to click that and change that to Cycles Render, which is basically the engine that you're going to be rendering a GFX in. So right now we're going to be opening up the Roblox rig that we downloaded just now. So what you want to do is click File, press Open, and select your rig. Perfect. So now what we're going to be doing is deleting the head, eyes, teeth, and tongue. So in order to select something, you gotta just right click it, and if you want to select all of it at once, you gotta press and hold Shift at the same time so that you're selecting everything. Also, to delete something, you press X and click Delete. So now we have to import our character's textures onto the rig here. So select any limb part, and not the rig but the limb, and click the cube icon. Then scroll all the way up and it'll say Node Editor, so click on that. Now you don't really have to care about all the other things at the side. All you have to do is zoom into image texture, Basically what this is your character's textures, and what you want to do is click the little file icon and load in your character's textures. Now click the bottom icon and click 3D view, and now we have our character's textures loaded in. So what we're going to be doing right now is importing our character's accessories like our head and our hair. So what you want to do right now is click File, go all the way down and select Import, and click Wavefront OBJ, which is basically an object, and click that and select your character. So as you can tell right now, we've already got everything loaded in, and what we're going to be doing is deleting the limbs. We don't want them because we already have them in the rig. So what you're going to do is just select all of the limbs facing this side and delete them. Perfect, so now that we've got all of our limbs deleted, what we want to do now is actually change this to face the other side. So what we're going to do is select all of these at once, which is basically right click and hold shift while selecting everything. And then what we're going to be doing is turning it around 180 degrees. So before we do that, we're going to be making it into one object so that we can turn it all together. So what you're going to do is go ahead and click Tools and press Join. So right now, as you can see, the arrow isn't where the object actually is. If you have a look, it's actually lower part at the leg. So what we're going to do is click Set Origin to Geometry. So now the arrow is at where the head is. So now as you can see, it's the wrong way around. So what we're going to do is change the rotation at the side, which is the Z1, to 180 degrees. So this will make sure that the entire head turns around and faces the right direction. If your head isn't at the same place where your original head was, just move it slightly to make sure that it's centered. Perfect, so now our rig is ready to pose. So what you're going to do now is just click on the rig parts, which is basically a highlighted things. Select the curve at the bottom, and then now you can change your rig position. Spend a couple of minutes to try and make it into different positions so that you're getting used to it, and yeah, just enjoy a time lapse of me posing my character. Alright, so once you're done posing your character, we're going to be adding a camera. So press Shift and A on your keyboard and select Camera, and click View and go to Camera. So now you have a camera in your scene. Now you can just do your normal movements like Shift and F and move your camera to however you'd like your GFX to look like. For me, I'm just making it such that I can make it for the thumbnail, and if you want to get out of the camera, all you have to do is press View and Camera. If you want to change the size or resolution of your camera, all you have to do is go under the camera icon and change the X and Y resolution. If you want to make it a square, you can just make it equal, but I'm going to just stick with 1920 and 1080, which is basically the size of a YouTube video. For your background, all you gotta do is click the world icon, select ambient occlusion, and make the color whatever you want. I'm making mine white for this GFX, but you can make it whatever color you want. To see how your GFX will look like rendered, all you gotta do is select the circle icon and make it rendered. And if you want to go back, just gotta select it again and make it textured. To make your GFX less grainy, you gotta select denoise. Now we're gonna change the format of our GFX, so you gotta select the camera icon and change it to whatever you want. It can be JPEG or PNG. If you want your GFX background to be transparent, all you gotta do is check transparent. If you don't want to, you can just keep it with the color background, but for my case, I'm gonna make it transparent. Once you're happy with your GFX, all you gotta do is click render. This normally takes some time, so be patient. To save your GFX, select Image and press Save as Image.